There we go. What's happening, Ray?
What's up there, Tim? How you doing, man?
Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It was a great weekend. Yes. Even today, I was working, Tim. I was out there making a greenhouse. I had to help.
making a greenhouse at the end of the harvest. I guess you can work all winter. You enjoy
Oh
it?
yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Nice.
That's yeah, they like to do that all throughout there. Because you can extend it, right? You can get into the December time. And
not
then,
not up here. We get like permafrost. It's there is no life up here.
Well, they're crazy. They got grow lights, everything. Keeps it warm. They got heaters out there. It's ridiculous.
Where you are? They got the
No, that's what they do out there at that greenhouse, man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they were hardcore.
That is intense.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Very good.
Yeah, man. It's like the opposite of crypto.
real life.
It is real life.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Yep.
Well, let's let me pull up what's going on here.
Oh yeah,
because we got some action going on.
Oh yeah,
1 minute. Oh, we're cutting it close tonight.
Minute 11. Yeah, you might have to read afterwards, even too. That's crazy.
We'll tell you all about Kuwait after this. But yeah, we got a few, and I don't know why my names aren't coming up, but we got the robot bee. This what is this one? You know them all?
It's Dragon.
This is Dragon bee.
Tigger. And that's a little Tim. Tiny Tim.
This is Kuwait over here.
Tiny Tim right there, man.
Fast gas. That's enough. Don't make me mute you. And Kuwait, a big royal bee. That's why it's up over 10,000 bee honey right now. Very cool. 6 is in front of all the others. I'm sure they're going to bounce up a little bit. We got 35 seconds to go. Fast gas, people, get in there.
Oh yeah.
Make it happen. Let's see who's here tonight. Janet says good evening.
Good evening.
Deborah's here.
Yeah.
She's going to sleep now.
So yeah.
Oh, because it gets dark early?
Yeah, no, she was out there building.
Oh, it's passing out. Leaders don't force people to follow. They invite them on their journey. Good evening, and I miss you guys. Ariel, you got it.
Ariel. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. What's up?
George? Hey, how's it going, George? Hello.
And, Ella missed us over the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, I tried to just share the. Oh, there it is. It happened.
Yeah. Final.
Ray is here.
Crypto
Here's the early results: 901, 803, 911, 820, and 10,200. I don't think this moved. But all the others did, because they all had 6s in front, which I just happened to point out. But 10,200 for a royal.
That is
and an apex bee.
And an apex.
That is a steal right there for this
royal and an apex. Look at that.
Yeah. 10,200. 82, 911, 803, and 901. Nice grouping.
Yeah, it is.
Very cool. We'll refresh that in a second. Let me go throw out that Kuwait stuff since we're here. The first Gulf country to establish a constitution and parliament in 1963. Home to the world's oldest sovereign wealth fund, the Kia Kuwait Investment Authority, founded in 1953 as of April 2022. It's the world's third largest sovereign wealth fund with 738 billion in managed assets. Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Oil rich, but has no lakes or rivers, nor renewable freshwater resources. So instead, it relies solely upon the saltwater desalination plants for fresh water, including drinking water.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go. Lots of oil, not much water, and a lot of money. 738 billion. Nice.
I just remember the first Gulf War.
There it is.
From Kuwait. Yeah.
I'm talking about life and energy, and you're talking about wars.
That's what I remember them. That was the first.
That's why it happens, I guess. That's why they're after them.
Yep.
But here's a refresh. Let's see how it ends up. See if anybody got cheese headed.
See if it's solid. I'll refresh mine too. Sometimes
it went already to 137. Let me go back to 136. These things are happening quick over there. These guys, these devs are trying to rush things right into the next one.
Get right into the next bid. Mine has it. Mine has the next ones up. Oh, I wish though. That would be cool if those were.
Got 901, 803. I thought this went 9 too.
No, The ones are popping up for me are that turtle jet in the middle.
Yeah, but that's the next night.
I just
this
saying.
is the last one. 9:30, 8:20, and 10:200. 8:03. I thought this went for 9:03. I don't know.
No, that was 8:03.
You sure?
I'm positive, man.
It's crazy. I thought they all went tonight. All right. Oh, and this is the next one?
That's what I don't know. That's what I was trying to tell you. I just had to
see them for only a second. They're teasing us now. Robin's asking if they ended it 5 minutes early tonight. Did it happen faster than we thought?
I don't think so. It was 9:30 because we come on at sometime.
Yeah, it's usually 9:35 was when the auction went.
Oh yeah. Oh, so maybe it is 5 minutes early.
So I think we're pushing things around here for some reason.
Gaining time. I like it a little earlier.
Was it the fall back, spring ahead or something like that, or did I miss something?
They did the time change on the auction. Who knows?
I don't know.
It was, Robbie. You're right. This is the first Royal in the round of with any of these Apex, I believe, right? This is the first Royal. Yeah.
Yes, I believe it is. Princesses. Yep, we've had some princesses, but this is the first Royal.
That's right. Do the hashtag ApexBees. Throw that in the comments. That'd be awesome. Cool. Yeah, man.
Yes. So I've got a couple of headlines to read you just for fun.
Yeah.
BNY, that's a Bank of New York Mellon, launches Bitcoin, Ethereum, and custodial services for investment firms. So if they run investment firms for people, they'll allow them to hold their Bitcoin and Ethereum at BNY Mellon. It is one of the biggest banks in New York. So that's a big deal. That's one step closer to adoption right there.
Yeah, man.
But that is what did I say? That was investment firms.
Yep.
So not for the common man. But very cool. BNY Mellon announced plans to eventually custody crypto on behalf of its customers. A month later, the bank launched a Bitcoin custodial service in Ireland.
Yeah.
Cash reserves in the Circle stablecoin, USD coin. In February, the bank announced that he started using chain analysis compliance software. So they're working on that. BNY Mellon currently has 43 trillion worth of assets. That's with a T, Ray.
Wow.
43 trillion worth of assets under custody and another 2 trillion in assets under management.
Man.
According to its second quarter earnings report. That's a lot of coin.
That is some coin. With a T.
With a T. 43 trillion. That's just crazy.
That coming into this space to maybe change. It would change everything, huh?
Now here's the common man news I got for you.
Oh, there you go.
This is the biggest website on the internet. Google Cloud is letting users pay with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin.
Oh.
All through Coinbase.
Look at that.
Google goes with Coinbase. Was that one of your news stories, Ray?
No.
No,
that's good.
You knew about that, though. You read it, right?
I did. Yeah.
I think it came out on Friday.
It did.
It was October 11th. Yeah, it came out last week, but we hadn't been on with the news. So
I know.
This is a big deal. Coinbase getting the nod from Google. Google had always been very cold on crypto and made no plans to enter the space, but now they're warming up to it. So they'll be taking the major coins through Coinbase. Very cool. Very much pushing adoption right there. When you see, I'm sure they'll be putting the logos up there. When how do you want to pay? Because they are the largest website on the internet, and of course, with that many people using their products and everything else, that's going to cause people. Well, if it's good enough for Google, it must be good enough for me.
Well, like you just said, just seeing it everywhere. I mean, that's all people are. That's all really is needed. And like I said, also you getting people with better software, better tools to come in, nice and easy for folks. That's going to be the biggest thing, Tim. And I mean, we talked, and I got a little bit into it with how we talked about it with games. I got another story more. There's somebody thinking it's more going to be coming from the entertainment industry, just where it's going to be fun, right? People are just going to be using it and don't even know they're using it, and they're doing something that they're passionate or they love, and that's going to be the easiest way. And like we always talk about gaming, and this other one's talking about just in general, music, entertainment. Those are awesome things too. Also, like things art, that's what NFTs. Obviously, people thinking about that, but yeah, it's we don't know. It's going to be all of a sudden, big swarms of people are going to come in, and they didn't even know they were in. They just doing something that they like to do.
Well, they'll just start seeing those logos.
Yeah.
How do you want to pay? I mean, you used to be a big thing, Apple Pay. But what the biggest mobile wallet is?
Biggest mobile wallet?
Yeah.
It's not Apple Pay?
No.
Is it Venmo?
Nope. Starbucks.
Starbucks. Look at that.
As the biggest mobile payment system out there.
That's crazy, man.
Yes, it is crazy. Everybody gets Apple Pay, and no, it's not Apple Pay. It's Starbucks. That's the biggest mobile payment system. Yeah. So yeah, every day, all those junkies slapping up the caffeine.
Well, that's unfair. That's an addiction. Crap.
That's right. Like, caffeine is a drug.
It's a drug, man. That's the way to do it. That's a great business model.
Yeah.
Get them addicted.
Oh boy. Yeah. What do you got? You got some news? You got anything?
Yeah, I got some. I'll share some stuff. I got some over here. I start out with a little Twitter. You know how the conversations go and get started in Twitter, and it is. I want to do some of this more because it is. That's all Twitter is. Anyway, you can get in the jump into conversation, but I want to hear everybody's reaction. This is Leia Halpern. She always gets conversations going, but she's talking about people celebrating XRP because it's going to help enable CBDCs, and CBDCs are inevitable, therefore pumping their XRP bags. A lot of it, I agree with her because I'm going to jump over here, and she's saying central bank digital currencies are immoral.
Oh boy.
Anything that enables the integration of this technology is also immoral. And this is, I'm just saying, going back to it, because there were some people replying to her, he was just wanting to have a discussion to her, telling her what the XRP army thinks about it. But right. Down here a little further, and this guy's saying, my dear Leia, we as investors can't afford to be emotional. As an investor, we must put our money to work where the probability of success is the most high. So who should I bet on? The Rothschild banking dynasty or some dudes in their parents' basement with laser eyes? Of course, that's a sound, kind of thing. Of course, I feel the same way as she does, but I also feel that even with Ethereum. I mean, we see it's becoming more centralized, right?
Right.
And a lot of those big holders at the top, some of them are in that realm right there too. So you ride the horse at the beginning. And then you kind of go off on your own, down your own path there, Tim. That's how I feel too. And that's what this guy's saying, right? You can't fault them. I mean, that people are going to, team up and, they're going to do that. That's what we said too. And this is say, you act like we're the people are going to have a choice on CBDCs. That's a big point. I mean, what does everybody think? Be more educated to know that everyone knows news won't pump our bags, and he's right. If XRP is going to get the plumbing for CBDCs, then I hope it will make me enough money to not be a part of the system. And that's how I've looked at this whole thing anyway. Right. You got to navigate this area, so you might as well do the best you can. Pump your bags and then make decisions from there. And that's, again, I think ours with M2, that's a great one, right? Because that's going to it's a decentralized, centralized bank. So who knows? But it's funny. I like the conversations that are on here, and might be something that we look through a little more and go read through comments and just seeing how what people are saying about it. So that's what she was saying with XRP. Everybody knows that they're going against the government, the SEC. So that action's still continuing on. All right, look at this one, Tim. Michael Saylor. Right, he said if you flew an aircraft like this, you would A, stall, B, rip the wings off, C, crash and burn. Luckily for us, it's not the trajectory of a flight vehicle, but rather the USO. It's U.S. Government bonds, Tim. 1 year government bonds. The risk-free interest rate driving the entire 500 trillion global finance. And if you go down a little further, this is just around, like I said, the beginning of 2022. And there you go, man. That's what the Fed is doing. It's awesome. Hey, And then I got curious. So I started looking around. Listen, I don't know what these, this is. I just found some other charts, and it's talking about this thing. This guy said this data has to be wrong. Please, somebody. I'm going to click into other ones as I scroll down more. But this is saying this USO 1 year is another one, and then he goes, "What on earth is this candle?" And I'm gonna click on it a little bit. But look at the candle.
Yeah. There it is.
Hold on. What's going on? Ain't that's something there, Tim? That is something to look at. Huge. That's what it says. Huge recession warning. So you usually see a lot of this stuff in crypto, right? There's a lot of moving. There's a lot of moving. With the big volatility. But that's ridiculous right there, man. So just wild stuff, man. This whole market, man, global stuff, just bonkers. And here's where you can see the whole chart. This is what they were showing you. That's that 1 year bond. But it's crazy, bro. So DeFi should be the foundation of every financial product, and that's compound Robert Leshner. That's what he's saying, and I'm sure we all agree. We're all about decentralized financing. He's saying during this, and this is I'm kind of going to highlight until I get to these because these are more what I want to talk about. But during the recent Terra meltdown and resulting crypto crisis, DeFi continued to chug along without a hiccup. Now, no one's saying it didn't go down, right? A lot of the tokens, all that stuff, but you could always do what you needed to do over here. A lot of this stuff with Terra and Celsius and all those things, you couldn't get out of there. Some of those centralized places just stopped, right? You couldn't pull it out. Well, that's again why we're all about DeFi and what everything should be kind of being built on over here is this thanks to smart contracts. It wasn't a hiccup for us. We could still do things and move things around, and that's a big deal. So it's just something that's not many people in this space are really familiar of what's possible over here in DeFi with smart contracts and really doing complicated financial transactions and yield farming and doing all that kind of stuff. So just be proud that these type of things that a lot of people don't. You're kind of way ahead of the curve, and definitely cool that we've been kind of went down this path. So I don't know if you hear this, Tim. Did you know that? You did, huh?
Yeah.
So the SEC is maybe filing legal stuff against the Bored Ape Yacht Club, man.
Mm-hmm.
So they're investigating, right? And when I read through this a little bit further, the SEC did not deny it, right? They didn't. But it's all just kind of hearsay right now. This little stuff going on. But going through this, of course, that's what they're trying to make anything with any of this stuff. That's why we need regulations. They're again talking that these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, these NFTs are securities, and that's kind of what all this is kind of being looked at here. And I think this is the attorney down here. I'm trying to find what he's talking about, but here he's talking about it seems much more likely that if the SEC is going to go after someone, they're going to go after projects that are much more easily fit the framework of what the SEC believes is a security. So didn't know that they were going to kind of go after the top dog. Usually they go for low hanging fruit and kind of get their kind of the ones they want to, I guess, knock off. And that's what he's saying down here. The SEC usually goes after the low hanging fruit. But they're just kind of going and kind of digging and taking a look of what the Bored Ape Yacht Club is, man. So hey, this stuff.
I think it was because of the combination between the NFTs and also their coin that came out. The way they launched the coin after having the NFTs out, the combination of that is what triggered, I think, the investigation. But it's still just an investigation. They're not charged with anything or doing anything. But I think that it has made the NFTs and the coin slip a little bit.
Sure.
Couple days.
Yeah. So this guy doesn't think a scenario in which NFTs are legally treated as securities would be that catastrophic for NFT creators, as a lot of necessary disclosure information would be already public available publicly available on the blockchain. He does, however, think such a scenario would quickly become a nightmare for the SEC, right? So there's a lot of you see how many NFTs and all that stuff is launched, right? The NFT market is just a really
laserized from the basement.
Laserized from the basement, man.
The SEC comes knocking.
That's right. That's right. But radically transparent, radically efficient, radically pared down version of art. And that's what people are really saying what this it is. It's the art market. But the economic logic of both is exactly the same. I don't know how the SEC goes about distinguishing the NFT profile picture market from the art market, and that's true. But again, we know a lot of utility, a lot of things that some of these NFTs can do. Governance tokens, all kinds of stuff. So we'll see. But hey, there it goes, man. That's news. We try to give you everything, and then no kind of thing of just because it's, I guess you would call that FUD in NFTs.
Yeah.
But more about adoption, Tim, is MasterCard will help banks offer cryptocurrency trading. Did you know that? MasterCard getting into it, man.
Nice.
So down here, the payment giant plans to announce a program Monday that will help financial institutions offer cryptocurrency trading. The company told CNBC. MasterCard will act as a bridge between Paxos, a crypto trading platform already used by PayPal, to offer similar services, and banks. According to the company, MasterCard and Paxos will handle regulatory compliance and security, two core reasons banks cite for avoiding the asset class. So that's great. I mean, this is what they do anyway. They're all about the regulatory and security and all the compliance, right? So there you go. That's kind of where you do need a lot of this centralized idea, right? So you're starting to see it where these big companies that everybody's used to. Here's Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, have dedicated crypto teams, but have largely avoided offering it to consumers. So, even to Jamie Dimon called crypto crazy. He's all over the board, man. Decentralized Ponzi's, right? As he's piling in and also making it own. So there you go. Get ready, Tim, for BTC volatility. So I think between now and the election, none of this is financial advice, but we're going to see volatility one way or the other, Tim. This is either going to go down in a nice chunk or it's going to pop. And I just wanted to show you a chart of what we're talking about here. So let me click in here. This pink line is volatility, and we have dropped down to be like in calm seas, Tim. It's been calm seas for probably 3 months, man. Somewhere between 21,000, 22,000, maybe down to 18. That's kind of where it's at. Bitcoin popping around back and forth. But you see these other times where it's been the lowest, drop down volatility, and it being calm, it usually had a nice spike up afterwards. So not saying up or down, but one way or the other, this thing's going to drop or this thing's going to pop. So I think again, between now and the elections, right?
That smaller window, Ray?
Yeah, I of course. What is it? It's only the 8th. Isn't that the elections, the 8th?
Yeah, it's only a couple weeks away, but you're calling for volatility in the next 2 weeks. That's quite a prediction.
That's quite a prediction. I'm just saying, man. It's all right. Hey,
it's just very entertaining to me.
It's very entertaining, Tim. You got to have some volatility. Plus, whatever, any of this stuff. You anytime elections happen, man. Usually it's people, people
it stirs the pot for sure.
It does stir the pot. So there's another one crazy. Remember when we did the merge, Tim, and we didn't see green blocks for a while? Look at this one. Yeah. Bitcoin fails to produce one block for over an hour, Tim. So there was 13,000 transactions stuck in pending on Monday, Tim, today.
Wow.
It's crazy. So that I'm surprised you didn't see kind of craziness today, But I won't go too deep into that. But that's pretty interesting, man. Lightning Network needs and I know it's not them. I'm just saying, just making jokes. But that's crazy, man. For over an hour, didn't produce a block. This is, like I said, these are the stories I wanted to kind of get into, is investing in Web3, culture, and entertainment. And that's what we were starting off with. You're talking about, adoption and how this, probably looks. Well, this one kind of more centers around, right, with what it's probably going to be, maybe entertainment. They think entertainment, right? But just starting off with this story, they're talking about the culture is the new currency. So for the first decade, cryptocurrency's existence, investing in the space was relatively simple, and yeah, everybody was just buying XRP or ETH, Bitcoin. That's all they were doing. But in the last 2 years, everything changed with this crazy NFT stuff. And that really brought it mainstream because you started seeing all this stuff with the, culture stuff with NBA, Top Shots. You had a bunch of, people like Jimmy Fallon and all the pop culture stuff, celebrities. You saw Madonna and Kevin Hart change their Twitter avatars to cartoon apes. And Sotheby's, they were starting to do things. We've been covering this for the whole 2 years, Tim. So just a lot of stuff has happened. And again, didn't think it'd come from NFTs, but that's where a big chunk of adoption came from. So going down here a little further, it's just talking about this gaming. I'm not going to touch that because this is gaining. Web3 is gaining. But there's another one talking about gaming, and I didn't really want to go into that because there it is. And we've been talking about gaming. But a lot of use case studies. Another one, I don't think, did you ever use this? I know I did. I got
No, that's yours.
You used Unstoppable, right?
Right.
Yes. But the creator economy, right? Film, music, art, and entertainment. Web3 can help creators monetize their hard work. We know that. That's, the big idea over here. So, this is already happening. The Kings of Leon released an album as an NFT. So people are starting to do that and recognizing how they can have and not need the big productions and the big music studios and do that stuff like that. They can do this on their own. Another one cool that we all kind of are very much understanding is the drive of human behavior. So we talk about even using tokens as kind of a gamification thing, right? Incentives to do things. And you get rewards, right? So that's another thing is, we're often lousy at all these things, for the short-term impulses. Pleasure seeking are not aligned with long-term interests. So this is talking about something like health. Imagine being using some kind of cool app or just a tool, Tim, and you were trying to lose weight or just get maybe to a different where you can bench maybe 250, right? Something like that. How cool would it be where these incentives, as you kind of started building that up and getting into that workout and the training that you needed to, you're also getting rewarded crypto, right? Or some kind of NFTs or something like that. That's kind of what this is talking about. This Web3 is going to drive all kinds of things, and I could definitely see that where that would be bringing adoptions, right? Is bringing adoption is rewarding for something that you want to do, whether it's losing weight, whether it's gaining strength, or anything that you wanted to do that you're striving for to be rewarded for. That would be pretty cool, and I know a lot of people would jump into that, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Another one, and I didn't kind of thought about it, but not too much. But NFT photography, right? This whale shark predicts that the next wave of NFT assets could be photography because it's a field ripe for disruption. His thesis about more photographers are now digitally native, and the majority of content that we consume on the internet, whether through Instagram or social media platforms, is photographic in nature. And now imagine, you upload some cool thing you took of the moon rising or the sun setting, whatever, right? And you're getting all of this, feedback, social credit, and a bunch of crypto rewards for doing things with your work, right? Uploading that thing. What is that one? Because we
spotlighted a program that did that. You could upload it and put it up there, and then depending on the hits and shares and likes that it got, you would get paid back crypto. Right. We did that on our show. I forget what the name of it was, but
it is. No, I know.
That was pretty cool.
It is, and that's all the kind of stuff we're talking about. It's just all of these things are I know people are working on these projects, but it's going to be funny to see if all of a sudden which one is going to hit. Like like the NFTs did, right?
Right.
And brings real adoption. We know definitely about security. That's something that's always needed. But MetaFi, that's another thing that we talked about in these things. But this all has to do with the culture and social type of stuff where these NFTs are going to bring this stuff. This vertical NFT marketplace. This guy's talking about, we're still in the eBay era of NFT marketplace. The space is still early accrued. We always say how we're early, but that we got a lot to grow, and it's going to be really neat to see who's going to be the one that really kind of opens this up and comes the floodgates, right? So. Yep. But that's like I said, that was just a little thing about that. This I wanted to touch on e-commerce. So e-commerce, right? That's so Web 2. Burke expects the eventual emergence of a decentralized commerce or a d-commerce that would effectively replicate everything that Amazon does, from payment to fulfillment, without trusting a centralized corporation. I'd love that, man, because I've dealt with Amazon as a business myself. I used to do all that stuff where I was selling products on there, and all of a sudden,
that's some alpha dropping right there.
That is some alpha dropping. That's right. That is. It's like something coming, right?
Yeah.
But it's crazy though, because again, I did all that fulfilled by Amazon. I'd go out and I made my own products. I had my own supplement things. I even went and did all those shoppings and buying pallets of stuff, and I would go in and ship it to Fulfilled by Amazon. So a lot of times when people bought it, you think you're buying it from Amazon, but it was really you're buying it from me. And then Amazon flipped the script, man, and that's what everybody's got to understand. It was great for me for a while, but then all of a sudden my whole life changed, and they just changed. They flipped the script on me. They said one silly thing and just stopped me for selling for like 2 months, and all that work I did to be at the top on the first page. And when you type in something for Amazon, all my products were gone. Right. So I'm looking forward to something like this. This decentralized commerce would be a welcome, and I'm looking forward to it. So another thing, and last thing I got, right, and this is about nodes. Nodes are going to dethrone tech giants from Apple to Google, Tim. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're here for, man. Look at Google. He looks rough. He looks rough.
He's supposed to be Father Time or something?
Yeah, Father. No, you got the G, Apple G. Yeah, he probably is. But talking about this is I look back at all the stuff. I mean, software, and this is what this guy was talking about, is up here. Why is software eating? Why software is eating the world? It was a big deal. Everything and everything was all about software and these big tech companies, right? Especially at the turn of the 21st century. That's where we all talk about. I guess the .com bubble, but that's where all that stuff like Google, Facebook, and Amazon exploded, right? So I don't know what there was a bubble about the .coms, but tech and all that stuff really actually took off. But thinking about it, look at things like Uber, Lyft, TikTok, Robinhood, Coinbase. I think about a lot of the stories. Look at Uber itself, right? Does everybody understand? I mean, that's bigger than Ford, Chrysler, and GM together. I mean, do you realize that? Those are 100-year-old companies, and this thing came through within about 10 years and overtook all three of those. Right? Not saying it's the same, right? But those are ones that were building and physically selling real cars. And Uber didn't have anything, man. Uber's literally just a button, right, on as an app, and that's crazy. So it's just wild how technology and seriously how we have to really see where we're at in this space and what this really will become. Right. And it's really cool to be where we're at, where we get to kind of build these different types of, markets and products and ideas. And heck, you don't know. We will always be able to adjust what we're, trying to build or, something with, where we're trying to do community management. Who really knows how that goes? Right. We're all looking on, how that looks when big companies come in, right? So that's cool. And I know a lot of other things that people are working on. That's why Tim was laughing and making jokes about alpha drops, right? So it's just neat. Like I said, when you look at this, by the second decade of the 21st century, nobody was scoffing at all in 2010. Worldwide spending, and this is talk about cloud computing. Okay, it quintupled from 77 billion to 411 billion, and it was the backbone that made everything accessible at the touch of a button on the computer in our pocket. But what happened also is companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and those, they now account for 65% of the market of cloud computing and cloud hosting, and that's a lot of power, man. And that's what it's talking about. It created its own shadow monopoly, and if this holds all the data, that's really the ones who own everything. And I'm going to pop over here. I might pop back, but it's the reason what you see something like this, right? If you heard anything, and I know that he just bought Parler, but if you look at this, I protected you from the government, not from J.P. Morgan Chase. So, what's his name? Kanye, right?
Right.
Did you hear that he got it? He's got till the 21st of November to remove his funds from J.P. Morgan Chase.
Wow.
They just booted him, man.
I didn't hear that, but
that's got crazy. Billions. He got billions, man.
Sure.
And it's all because he had his own little say, something about with with Jewish people, and also wore a White Lives Matter shirt, right?
Yeah.
So, just in general, that's ridiculous, right? And that's what you're talking about with any of this stuff. I get it. So what? Some stuff might be very offensive, but again, you do have a First Amendment right, and I'm not saying everything is rosy and wonderful, but to boot somebody out of your bank because you don't like what he says, that you're getting in a very slippery slope. It's very crazy, and that's why
PayPal did the same thing 2 weeks ago.
PayPal did.
We mentioned that.
Yep. I mean, and that's all of a sudden they did it to the truckers in Canada, right?
Yep.
This is why this is so needed, right? And that's what this is talking about, is that nodes can build a new world. So, and that's how you look at these things. Web3 and the projects it will birth promise to redefine how information lives and is carried through the internet autonomously and transparently. That's why we're all about decentralization first and community first ecosystems, right? They promise to put the power back into the hands of developers, and then, of course, also the users who are going to use these dApps, these decentralized applications. And also, too, when you look at these things like DAOs and what everybody's trying to build here, anytime anybody's going to be trying to build this stuff and get this footing, of course, it's going to be centralized at first, right? You can't just throw it out there and just expect it to, jump on his legs and start. You got to have some structure, pointed in the right direction, start building that community, getting people to believe in what's going on, and then you let the baby and thing and toddler walk and then start running. But it's just what we have to look at. I mean, this is this trustless system that we're looking at, and whatever the disadvantages of relying on companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they have banked decades worth of that trust, credibility, and familiarity that makes it difficult for both developers and users to switch. But if you can do this, you can do it through Web3, blockchain. It's possible to have them switch it, and you do. You're starting to see a flood of developers, engineers, all very smart people flood into this space. You go and try to look up and try to get you a blockchain developer, a senior blockchain developer, architect type blockchain developer. It's almost impossible. You can't find one, right? And if you do, they're very, very expensive. And usually, like I said, what's cool about this is developers, they're looking to be a part of something, right? A movement. That is what they're really looking for. It's not always very much so. It's not about the money for these folks. They are trying to really effectively change the world. And that's cool, man. That's really good to see, because that is really their number one agenda. Not all of them. Of course, you can't say all of them, but most of them, if you see where they kind of go and are drawn to, it's where they can kind of help lead a project and get it to where it's truly decentralized. And that's, like I said, that's this big battle, man. And I'm looking forward to it. I feel blessed that to be a part of something that I can help even a little bit, get some in some direction, because I do believe in this. I believe in what can be accomplished over here. And I believe it is a real big battle, man. And the world is changing. And if you don't do something about it, that's why people say that all the time. They're like, I don't know how you can, effectively change anything. Well, this is it really is a perfect opportunity, man. And you just got to get out there. If you're not a developer, get out there and start talking. Get out there, start being a voice for this. Tell people what it really means. Tell them the difference between centralized and decentralized. And you look at Meta and what Facebook is trying to do, and then you look at some other ones that are trying to be like Decentraland and be a different type of one where you can own your own little real estate in there and build what you want to build. That's, like I said, that's what drives me. That's why I've always wanted it, and plus I do like working with you, Tim. It's fun. We have a lot of banter and we like each other. But this is really why I'm here, man, because this is what it's all about.
No, this is very exciting stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be companies that come along and disrupt that whole thing. Just like you said, Uber came out of nowhere to be, bigger than all the car makers and disrupt the taxi and limo industry by far and away. And somebody's going to come along and do that with Web3 type stuff, and they're going to come in, and of course adoption has to move a little bit farther down the line to make it a reality. But once that happens, then these companies are going to sink their teeth right into it. And, as household name as Facebook, Apple, and Amazon are, there's going to be 2 or 3 more that are going to be doing big things Web3 wise. And it's going to be fun. And hopefully we'll get to be part of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's I'm pumped. I mean, like I said, there's so much, architecture and stuff built here. I really have no, you get the password. I have no doubts, man. I really don't, because again, just the dedication and the time and the intelligence and the vision and the, you really look at what's built here. It's an incredible ecosystem. You can't find anything even close to it, right? And it's all right that it's all this crypto winter, because it just gives us more time to kind of get the things that we want built. Have all these different people out there carving out their own space. Because again, when it happens, it's going to be ridiculous, man. And is that what you did? You put that? Is that the password? So that's tomorrow, right?
That's tomorrow. Yeah, let me run the commercial for this here, because every Tuesday and Thursdays we've got the free roll, and that is just a fun time. We played last week. We had a great time playing Texas Hold'em, and we got in there with a whole bunch of people, and it took about just over an hour or so. But we had a big winner, FJBs, if I'm correct. But here, go to, let's see, there it is. Be the Alpha, bethealpha.com, and that'll open up the sign up page. If you haven't signed up already, sign up, and then you'll be able to get in and play with us. And I think you put that in the chat. So there's a password for that tournament to get in and play with us, which is Alpha 2023. So we'll have some fun tomorrow night, right directly after the show. So we will end the show and then start up a poker show, just to have the two separate. But we'll be on here talking and having a good time. And the tournament,
it's called, the tournament is called Alpha Drops. Again, number one, be the Alpha. That's the awesome poker and whole amazing thing that Santisi and John FOMO Head he put together. So that's exactly what that is, and he's done an amazing job with that. And then you keep hearing this, like I said, Alpha Drops. That's the tournament in there, but just know that that's something else different. It's
but that's all about the fun, and we'll be doing Poker 101 with Be the Alpha himself, and he'll be running the show and talking us all through the games and everything.
So he's going to do that tomorrow. Is he going to do that tomorrow? Like, okay. Did you book up you did the overlay?
No, we're gonna fix that tonight, and
I'm just asking. Tim, it's tomorrow. I don't know.
Yes,
we try and hook it up, John. You're gonna have like a little overlay so you can play and speak and tell people, teach the people, John.
Just show up, come tomorrow and play with us.
That's right.
BeTheAlpha.com.
BeTheAlpha.
That's all there is to. And then exciting things will happen. But join us again tomorrow night for the show and the auction, and then we'll have BeTheAlpha.com. We'll be playing poker and having a good time and getting after it.
Good time.
Until then, that's it, Ray.
All right, sounds good, man.
You ready?
I'm ready, man. So appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video. Just again, even the pieces where people are always wondering what the heck is going on over here. A lot of these concepts of just trying to understand, sometimes you don't have to get into the weeds of what crypto and all that stuff is, but the concept of this whole space, that's what people really need to understand. That's why people, they just want to know why there's this small group of people so crazy passionate about what's going on over here. And it's kind of weird to be able to know what's really coming with this new financial system, new everything, right? It's really wild how this is going to get into everything. Your taxes is going to get into so much stuff, your medical records, and the crazy 10, 15 years in the future, what it will really look like. And we were all kind of just part of it at the beginning. So that's what you tell people, and share this so you got the concept and hear what these things are going to affect. Everything.
All right. So we'll do it again tomorrow night. We'll see you, everybody.
All right.